Young Bleu.
No, I didn't start it.
Young Bleu was happily on Empire chilling. He was a former Boosie artist. He did do an interview on Vlad TV. And then all of a sudden I see
two interviews.
Exactly. Young Bleu is now writing a 5-page paper explaining how Vlad has manipulated Boosie into wanting money. Boosie says he wants $2 million. Where is this conversation at now? And because I've seen Bleu seems like he's really getting upset, and he's taking aim at you too, Vlad.
Yeah, I know. Look, the way it worked was Boosie approached me and said, "I just signed this R&B artist. Can you please interview him?" And I said, "Okay, but you got to sit in on the interview also for me to do this." Because everyone's got artists that they sign and whatever else. So as a favor to you, and if you sit in, I'll go ahead and do it. That was Bleu's first big interview, right? And then after that, Bleu continued to do well. Then he got that Drake feature. So I reached out and I said, "Hey, do you want to do an interview again?" He's like, "Sure." Came in, did another interview, talked about the Drake feature, and I said, "So you're signed to Boosie?" And he's like, "Well, I'm not technically signed." And then Boosie sort of flipped when he saw that. Because if you look at all of Young Bleu's interviews and his tweets, he's saying the exact opposite. So some sort of thing happened between him and Boosie. That's really between him and Boosie. They're all going to do different sides of it. So Boosie starts going off and whatever else, and Bleu ended up doing this whole thing, basically accusing me of manipulating the situation to see two black men going at it.
He's been saying that a lot. I said, by the way, that's a great narrative to get you out of here. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. Like, once they say, the white man is getting us to fight.
Use the racial part. So I said, okay, fuck this. So I basically broke down the history of what happened, and this is why. Here's the interview here. Here's a clip saying I'm signed to Boosie. Here's our interview a year later saying I'm not signed to Boosie. So, and really, this is a business situation between these two. Don't put me in the middle of it. So he got on the phone with me, and we had a long conversation privately about it.
You and Bleu?
Me and Bleu.
Really?
And I was like, listen, bro, I'm like, don't try to pull this racial card because it's not about that. It's about this. He's like, all right, my bad on that. It's just, I have problems getting Boosie on the phone. I've tried to work it out with him, but he doesn't get back to me and blah, blah. And there's the whole thing with Boosie's brother that's sort of convoluted and whatever else, but I'm trying to work it out and whatever. And if you could just not comment on this in the future, it would help me out. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you a solid. And I just won't, during my Boosie interviews, I just won't bring this up. Cool. Done. My next 2 or 3 Boosie interviews, I didn't mention it. Boosie gets locked up, right? Over the gun charge.
Yep. San Diego.
Young Bleu texts me and says, "Yo, Boosie needs $50,000 for his defense." And I said, "Huh?" I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, well, let me get back to you on that." And I'm thinking, well, I have to talk to Boosie about this. I'm not just going to give you $50,000.
Wait, Bleu said that to you?
Bleu said that. I can show you the text.
Wait, why would Bleu be just saying, hey, he needs $50K?
Let me show you.
Did he say to you like, hey, we need to come up with this? Is he that sounds odd.
Oh, I was wrong. Well, hold on. Read the top. Read it.
Boosie need $100K for his lawyer for his federal case. I got $50K. Can you put the other half? He called me today.
So now I'm being put in a situation where, according to Bleu, my man, who I've done a lot of business with, is also I consider a friend, needs $50K.
Yeah.
Now, if he really needs it, I'm going to need to come up with it.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's held me down. We've way more than $50K has changed hands between us over the years. So.
You and Boosie, way more than business partners. Definitely in the friend category.
I've been to his home multiple times, et cetera, et cetera. Like, so I'm sitting there stressing over this 50K, right? Like, okay, like what's gonna happen here? And then Boosie gets out, and then we schedule an interview right after he gets out. So I go to Boosie, I say, yo.
Does he say, yo, Vlad, why you ain't send that fucking 50K?
No, here's what happened. I go to Boosie, I said, what's up with this whole thing of young Bleu asking me for 50K and he's going to put up the other 50K? You know what Boosie says?
Well,
this is all a lie. I never asked for 50K. I don't need 50K from you. This is all bullshit.
What the fuck?
Yeah. We talked about this in our interview on camera. So I'm just like, man, fuck young Bleu then. Like, you know what I mean? What the fuck? I said, all right. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, whatever deal we had, understanding we have is off the table.
Why do you think Bleu, so Bleu, he came here and he actually told me, he said, yo, I offered him $2 million or something like that. And I was just like, wait, you offered Boosie a good amount? He's like, yeah, I offered him an amount to make him whole. He didn't want to take, I don't know if it was $2 million. Maybe it was
I don't think it was $2 million.
Maybe it was a couple hundred
Boosie
K.
wants, and Boosie claims.
Oh, he offered him $300K or something.
Yeah, exactly. And from what I understand, Boosie feels like he's owed $2 million, but he feels that Bleu bought a house for that money. And that's why he's not going to pay him.
That big ass house in Alabama?
Well, yeah, I don't know
wherever he lives at. That shit look like a castle.
I think it was in Georgia, actually.
Oh, Georgia. Okay, damn.
Yeah. I've never been there, so I don't think I'm getting invited anytime soon. But,
you didn't get invited to the pool party? They had the big ass pool party. I seen Wallow Gilly there.
Well, who? No. Wait, Boosie or Bleu?
Bleu.
I'm not invited to Blue's house.
No, Bleu. Yeah, Bleu. You ain't see the Moon Boy University?
No, I did not.
What? The yellow spot?
He blocked me on Instagram. So.
Oh, man.
But that's at that moment. And notice how Blue's not addressing that. This is a text.
No,
you just saw it.
No, I did read it.
I'll let you check the number if you want.
Yeah, Bleu. Yeah, Bleu. I did read it. I got to be honest, Bleu. I seen it. Okay.
And from according to Boosie,
he's probably gonna say this though. Let me play devil's advocate. Yo, well, if me and Boosie ain't been sitting eye to eye, and he got to call me or somebody on his behalf, I'm guessing somebody on his behalf.
He said he didn't even talk to Bleu.
Well, maybe he's like somebody on his behalf called me for money. That's why I reached out to Vlad, because I don't really rock with dude like that. But still, I'm gonna help out. But I got 50K. That's not my business, so I hit this man Vlad. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of this, Vlad. Come on.
50,000 is a lot of money, man.
Oh, yes.
Don't. For everyone who's watching, don't think that for people like me or academics, 50,000 is just whatever. That's a lot of fucking money.
Of course.
There was years where I didn't make 50,000 in a year. You know what I'm saying? In certain parts of my life, that's a lot of fucking money. That could change someone's life. So to ask someone for 50,000, then to find out that it's not even legit. Boosie, that's when Boosie sold his one of his Rolls Royces.
Yeah.
And he basically said, I am never going to be at the point where I ask another man for money for my own situation.
I'm actually even surprised that he had to sell that car though. Boosie got 50K.
But I don't. He doesn't need 50K. Whatever the amount is.
Yeah.
He's also building on his house and everything else like that. There's other stuff going on. But it was all right, I need the money. Here's a car. I don't really drive that much. Boom. Sell the car. I got another 200K at my disposal. Because Boosie's not like a stock guy where he's investing a bunch of money and everything's liquid and he can pull it out. I'm getting Boosie on stocks right now. I'm slowly teaching him how to invest in stocks. Well, not teaching, but just showing him,
Yeah, because with stocks, that's like one quick transaction and be like, yo, it'll be wired to the bank the next couple days.
Boosie puts all his money back into his house. He's got 7 homes on his property. He just bought another 26 acres. He's got fucking his kids all have multi-level houses on his property. So Boosie is he doesn't have the money sitting around. It's always being used on something.
Okay, he's building.
So for him, it was if I need cash for my lawyers, let me just get rid of one of my assets, which is a car that I don't drive, boom. But that was the whole thing of it was I wasn't even talking about Bleu at all until this. And it was really a what the fuck kind of moment.
So what do you think Bleu was trying to do? Do you think Bleu was just trying to, what was the goal?
I mean, he told me he talked to Boosie. Boosie said they never talked while he was locked
So you
up.
think he was just fucking lying?
I don't know. But
You think he's lying or trying to finesse you? It got to be one of them.
I don't know.
You don't even, yeah, okay.
I don't know, but whatever it is,
Sketchy.
I was like, nah, we not good. We're not good after this. Because it's just not true. I'm talking to the guy, and he's telling me, I don't need it, Vlad. I'm cool. Like, I would never ask you for this. Not only would I not ask you for it, I wouldn't ask anyone for it.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, clearly me and Bleu aren't cool like that. So now I'm going back to talking about him again. Now it's like, because Bleu is a topic that obviously reacts when I talk to Boosie. So by me not doing that, I'm technically losing money in a certain type of way. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm doing you the solid. He's like, yo, and I'll do it. Once this is all cleared out, I'll do an interview with you and whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm not trying to cause problems. But when this happened, I'm like, all right, whatever. Deals are off. And then that's when Bleu, later on, that's when he dropped the fucking, the diss record. Whatever else.
Well, before he gets to the diss record.
Flopped. The album flopped in comparison to what he did before. So clearly, and he made a big post trying to explain why his streams aren't that high, but
He said he never did big first week numbers.
whatever. The numbers are still the numbers. It's not you can't compare what he did to the previous album. So whatever he's going through and whatever stance he's taking, clearly the fans are not reacting the same way as they did before.